Is to coordinate the different areas, coordinate the activities, organise the volunteers, and make sure really that Nanta runs smoothly every day of the week, every week of the year.
And what exactly do you offer for the kids at the center here?
Well, Nanta really is, they call it an alternative educational centre, but for me really Nanta is a place where the kids can come and find help and, in my opinion, realise their potentials. Because without Nanta, I don't know where the children would get the help. So it started as a canteen for working kids, and now it's grown and grown. So we have a schoolroom here where the children can come and get help with their homework. And in South America, how it works is children go to school in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening. And the majority of the kids here are from the campo or from the countryside, and their parents can't speak Spanish, or certainly a lot of them can't read or write. So in our schoolroom they've got professional teachers and volunteers who can help them with their homework. And then we've got a social worker who helps them with look after their welfare, also their health, and we do campaigns from time to time on birth certificates, giving them birth certificates. The majority of children don't have birth certificates. The majority of children don't know when their birthdays are. The majority of children don't even know how old they're. And when we do the birth certificates, unfortunately, it's usually a guess. There's not many people can actually remember how old they were or when they were born. Their parents have no idea. And we also have a canteen here where the food is, we do our best to make as nutritious as possible using all the products that we have here in Bolivia. The food's pretty nice. We have soup 3 times a week and then a main course 3 times a week with fruit. And then we have really nice recreational activities like painting, artisania, music, swimming club, football. And the culture really is very important to the people here, to make sure even though they're kids who are now here in the city, they still remember their culture. So the music's always national music from Bolivia.
And when I first arrived, the kids were getting ready for a parade, and it was a May 1st Labor Day parade, or what we would call Labor Day, no? Yeah. And I thought it a bit strange to see first and second graders marching for workers' rights. I mean, can you explain the situation of, there's a lot of kids that work in Bolivia, and there's an awful lot here, and you can't go very far without seeing kids doing some sort of manual labor or some sort of work, but and they have to work.
Yeah. The thing is, Bolivia signed up to a treaty, I can't remember exactly the date, it's either 2012 or 2014, with UNICEF, to say that they're going to outlaw children working if they're under 14. That's the politico, or the strategy of UNICEF, Save the Children. Unfortunately, it's a harsh reality here that it's just not going to work, because they need the money, the kids, the families need the money, and everybody works to contribute. This really means that the kids, by the time they're 12 or 14, they're really quite independent, and a lot of them go their own way. The money we have at the moment comes from a foundation in Holland, which is run by Linda's family and friends, and that pays for 90% of the activities here at the moment, but we're desperately short of funding. But we need to find different NGOs that can help us with different projects.
What are your needs, your immediate needs?
Is for food, money for food really. We don't have enough money for food to last us the rest of the year. So that's the most important thing.
And some of the jobs the kids have around the city?
Vary really from kids that are shining shoes, cleaning cars, carrying the shopping for the people in the market, selling sweets, selling newspapers, cleaning offices. Those are sorts of the...
Cemetery?
Yeah, oh sorry, and in the cemetery, yes. That's a strange one. Mike went there last weekend. In the cemetery there's a lot of children working, and their job really is to either be guides, but as well as that they clean the tombstones, and also the people are buried above ground here in sort of little, I don't know what you call it, little...
mausoleums or...
Yeah, little mausoleums and tombs. So the children all have ladders, and they climb the ladders to clean the glass windows that protect the coffins, and they're also paid by people to say prayers in front of the tombs as well. When I first came to Nanta, the director Marco told me that Nanta was a place where the children could come and just be children, and I think that's a very important thing. As Mike said, they come here and they hang out and they have their friends. But I've also learned in the last nearly 2 years, I think the point I made at the beginning is the children can come here and realise their potentials and get help with all sorts of things that if Nanta wasn't around, I don't know whether they would get the help from. And so I think it's a really good place for that. And as Mike said, if you met the children, they're amazingly upbeat, great sense of humour, even though they have very, very difficult lives.